Hi everyone, Mrs. Caulfield here, ready to read Chapter 6 of Junie B. Jones and the Stupid Smelly Bus. Chapter 6 is called A Good Hider. When you're the very last one in line, nobody watches you. That's how come nobody saw me when I ducked behind the teacher's desk and hid. I'm a good hider. One time, at Grandma Miller's house, I hid under the kitchen sink, and then I made a growly sound and sprung out at her. I am not allowed to do that anymore. Anyway, I stayed scrunched behind the teacher's desk for a while, and then I saw a better place to hide. It was a big supply closet in the back of the room, and so I ran it back there, speedy quick, and I squeezed it into the bottom shelf. I squeezed it right on top of the construction paper. Most of me was comfortable, except for my head was kind of at a very tight angle, and my knees were bended like when you do a somersault. Then I pulled the door mostly closed. Don't shut it all the way, though. And I mean it, I said right out loud. I stayed real quiet for lots of minutes. Then I heard noise in the hallway and some feet came running into the room. Big people's feet, I think. What happened? I heard someone ask. One of my little girls is lost, said a voice that sounded like Mrs. Her name is Junie B. Jones, and she didn't get on the bus, so now we've got to go out looking for her. Then I heard some keys jingle. Then the feet went running out again, and then the door shut. I still didn't come out of the closet, though. When you are a good hider, you can't come out for a very, very long time. I just stayed there all bended up, and I told myself a story. Not an out loud story, but one inside of my head. It was called The Little Hiding Girl. I made it up, and this is how it went. Once upon a time, there was a little hiding girl, and she was in a secret spot where nobody could find her, except her head was very tight, and her brain was squished a lot. But she couldn't come out of her spot, or a smelly yellow monster would get her. And also some meanies with chocolate milk at the end. After that, I rested my eyes. Resting your eyes is what Grandma Miller does when she watches TV after dinner. Then she snores. And Grandpa Miller says, go to bed. It's not the same thing as a nap, though. Because naps are for babies, that's why. And anyway, I didn't snore. I just did a little drool. Then finally, when my eyes were done resting, they woke up. And so I came out of the closet and ran to the window, and guess what? There weren't any cars in the parking lot and no stupid smelly bus either. Whew. Well, that was a relief, I said. A relief is when your stomach doesn't feel squeezy anymore. After that, I went back to the closet because while I was hiding, I sniffed the smell of clay, that's why. And clay is my very favorite thing in the whole world. Hey, I see it up there, I said. The clay was on the middle shelf, and I stood it on a chair and got it. It was blue and stiff. And so I had to roll it on the floor to make it soft and warm. Then I rolled into a blue orange. It was very beautiful, except it had some dirt on it and a little bit of hair. After I was done, I went to the front of the room and I sat in teacher's big chair. I liked the teacher's chair very much. The drawers in her desk were so big that I could fit in one, I think. I opened up the top one and there was happy face stickers and rubber bands and also gold stars, which I love a very lot. And I stuck one on my forehead. Then I found paper clips and red marking pens and new pencils with no points and scissors and travel tissues. And guess what else? Chalk. I love chalk. Brand new chalk that's not even out of its box. Then I stood up on my teacher's chair and clapped my hands together very loud. I want everyone to find a chair and sit down. Today we are going to learn some alphabet and some reading, and also I will teach you how to make a blue orange out of clay. But first, everyone has to watch me draw stuff. And then I went to the board and I drew with my brand new chalk. I drew a bean and a carrot and some curly hair, and I wrote some O's. O's are my best letter. After that, I bowed. Thank you very much, I said. Now you may all go out to recess. I smiled, except not you, Jim. That was chapter 6. Chapter 7 is called Peeky Holes and Spying. I wonder what this girl's going to be up to. Until then, be good.